Hey yo, audio, my name is fordmustangkillerko and welcome to the video. And today, I am here with another lightsaber review. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't pick this up before I did my whole comparison video between the Skywalker sabers. But this lightsaber is a little bit different than the original Skywalker sabers. There's not that much really in common with this one. This one more has stuff in common with the Darth Vader lightsaber, Anakin Skywalker's Episode II lightsaber. So that's what we're here reviewing, the 2002 Master Replicas Anakin Skywalker lightsaber from Episode II. I did pick this up on OfferUp, used, very used, and it's not in the best condition. That doesn't really, I can't say it doesn't really bother me. It kind of does bother me. You know, I'm very anal about my stuff. I did polish it. That's why I'm wearing the gloves again. Because once I picked it up, I took it home and cleaned it. But I'll show you a little bit about what's going on and what I plan to do about it. But yeah, one of the things was I polished it up a little bit, so that stuff is still kind of on there. It's a little slippery, a little residuey, and then when you mix it with your regular fingerprints, it gets like black grimy stuff all over the chrome. I don't know if it's actual chrome, but yeah, I don't want to keep it nice, so I'm gonna wear gloves. Anyway, yeah, this lightsaber was not in the best condition, and it's still the electronics work and everything, but it's from 2002. I could tell they swung it around and beat it up a little bit. So, you know, for a lightsaber that's like, what? A couple years old now. 16 years old? 16, 17 years old? Yeah, 17. Years old. It still works. It still does what I need it to do. And we'll work with it. But I'll go ahead and I'll show you the close-up. I'll show you kind of what's the matter with it, what I'm going to be planning on doing, and then we'll go from there. So let's get a close-up view of it. So here's the lightsaber. Basically, the first thing you guys notice is it is missing one of the bubbles on the bubble strip there. I do need to go to probably Michael's or some sort of craft store and seeing if I could find something that's relatively close to those bubble strips that I can replace. And then obviously the grips are in terrible condition. They just got all this gunk kind of stuck on it. And I tried with the Windex, I tried WD-40, I tried everything on these grips to kind of get that stuff off, and it didn't work too well. This part here did snap. I had to super glue that part back on, and it's just, they're really gross looking grips. Custom Saber Shop does sell lightsaber grips, T-shaped grips. I don't know how close they are to these, but I might as well just order them, and then I will see if they're relatively close. I'll just take these ones off and replace them, or I could just deal with it and leave them on there. They did have the original batteries in here that kind of exploded. I guess that's what's kind of functioning a little bit weird with the electronics. And that stuff was all in the bottom of here, and they had a battery explosion on the inside. I just cleaned that all out, and the lightsaber still does ignite. And the light does work all the way through. This was before, the 2002 ones were before they inserted the LED strip, so it just does flash up. It's just one LED in the housing here. It just does flash up. However, I think because of the whole battery circuit card thing and everything, that when you deactivate the lightsaber, the light and the LED does turn off, but the sound still is on. Sometimes I might have to shake it a little bit, and then reactivate it, unactivate it, and it'll turn off. So it's something I'm going to have to look at as well. It's probably, honestly, the same thing that was happening to my Yoda lightsaber before I bought a new one, and then just returned that one back to Hasbro. Let them either take it apart and deal with it, or whatever they want to do with that. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to kind of open this one. This one's a little tricky. I know actually when I bought it, I didn't really know how to unscrew it, and the people there selling it, it was their kids, they didn't know how to unscrew it, and we tried to look up a video and there wasn't a real thing. So let me show you guys how to open it. We'll turn it on, and then I'll show you guys kind of how it looks in the dark. You know, the usual stuff. It doesn't have the original box, as you guys can see. They didn't have the original box or the stands. And then I did ask if they knew where that bubble was, and they said it probably fell off so long ago that they don't even know. But that is my plan. I'm gonna be looking for another bubble strip to get on there, and then probably rechange these grips. I'll probably do a video on it, and if I end up not getting it to work, then hey, at least I still have the lightsaber and it's added to my collection. But I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera and we'll get this thing fired up. So to get this thing basically open, it's a little tricky. The bottom, unlike most lightsabers, you would think that the pommel screws off. You could take the battery straight out. It doesn't do that. And then you do feel a little bit of a grip, but we did find out that you do have to turn this middle switch, and there's a Phillips head screwdriver just below there that is locking it into place. So, oops, smacking the chandelier. You do have to get a Phillips head screwdriver, unscrew this. If I stop hitting that, that'd be awesome. Unscrew this. I wanted to show you this because this is a little bit different than the old Hasbro Master Replicas where the whole battery pack does come out. And I'll show you guys in a second. So you unscrew the bottom here after that little screw comes all the way out. And then this pulls off like so. After you get it screwed out all the way, obviously. All right, so taking a look at it, I'll flip it this way. It does hold 6 AAA or AA batteries, and you guys can kind of see the green acidic stuff from the battery when they exploded, and you can kind of see it in there a little bit. I had to scrape it out, and I don't know if that's what causes it. This is also extremely loose as well, so I don't know if, that's just a design, if that's what causes it, but basically you snap the batteries in here. So if this doesn't work like my other ones where, you basically activate it and it turns on and then you try to deactivate it and the light turns off but the sound's still working, I'm going to have to fiddle around with it a little bit. You guys will see it. And then once again, I want to show you in here as well. You can kind of see where the battery was a little thing. And those holes in there are, I guess, like the prongs. You could see them, they run up the sides where these grips clip into. So I don't know if I'm going to have to like really pull to get them all off. This snapped off relatively easy and they're already in kind of like a crappy condition. So I think it'll be pretty easy to snap them off. But those are good indicators on where to put the grips so they're evenly spaced. So that's pretty cool too. And then this does slide back on after you get the batteries in there. There we go. Okay, so then when you screw it back on, you do have to make sure that this engraved part right here lines up with this engraved part in order for the screw to kind of be lined up for the screw to go in there. I guess that makes more sense. So put this in here, screw that back in there. And I did make a jump cut. You guys probably noticed it. The lightsaber turned on accident, and it is doing that weird thing with the LED. So I'll show you kind of my workaway around it. It's not that big of a deal. The lightsaber does still turn off, and I'm not going to be turning it on every single day. So, like I said, it doesn't really bother me. I got this lightsaber for $100, which is relatively cheap. Them going kind of used in the box is like $200, but because this one was such in bad shape and whatnot, I just took it off her hand. She just gave me it for $100, which you can't really beat. For the price that I'm going to do, basically what I'm using it for, $100 is fine. All right, so to turn it on, like I said, you just switch this, you flick this switch right here, this black one, up, and the lightsaber does turn on. The lightsaber is very bright, which is, I guess, kind of relative towards the prequels. The swings don't really, I mean, they work kind of. And then the clashes, don't really register that well. That one's just the ignition. I don't know why they play the ignition for clashes. That's kind of weird. And then to deactivate, you flip the switch down, but watch. Oh, it actually worked that time. That's pretty good. There we go. So you can see here that the light does turn off kind of before the sound emits. And I don't know if that's because of the battery or just because the lightsaber's old. But I mean, it's all right. Let's go get it in the dark and show you how bright it is. This brighter color blade is actually surprisingly really bright. So jump cut to upstairs. All right, we are in the closet. And go ahead and cue this on. If I can find the switch, there we go. So it is relatively bright. I'm actually kind of surprised how bright it is. But yeah, that's basically it. Kind of a quick little video. But like I said, it was just a quick purchase and whatnot. But I'm going to head and start looking around for the Darth Maul lightsaber and the Obi-Wan Kenobi from episode 1 and 2. But make sure you guys subscribe and hit for that one. I am starting the project for mounting these differently in my room. So once again, stay tuned for that as well. As always, have a great day. And fordmustangkillerko signing out. I'll catch you guys around. Peace. Oh, it actually worked.